Morning folks, it is Tuesday after Easter. I've got a busy week ahead of me. I didn't vlog yesterday because of Easter and I had a little bit of a break, didn't do too much work yesterday, but my dragon pins launched and I've got lots of orders to pack now, which is very exciting. So I thought I'd give you a quick run through of what I've got planned this week. First of all, I have got some client work. So that's definitely a priority, along with getting these dragon pins out. I've got my usual freelance client that will be on Wednesday, and how long I spend there will be dependent on how these hands are doing. Still getting some weird tingling going on in my hands, but I have been doing some yoga, which has definitely helped with building a bit of strength and hopefully helping with my flexibility, which is just non-existent. I think that's helping with stress as well. I've been doing that first thing in the morning and that is pretty great. And I'm doing the 30 days of yoga with Adrian at the moment, which I will link down below. The other thing I wanted to do this week and share with you is creating some boundaries and rules around social media and how I use it, as well as things like screen time. Just trying to create a little bit more work-life balance and having an actual plan for that. So I will be sharing that later in the week and testing out these new rules, seeing if they actually work, because obviously social media is really important to my job. That's how I get the word out about new products and interact with people, and it's all very wonderful, but I don't want it to take over my life. And I think of YouTube in a slightly different way, so I'll definitely be continuing to do these. And the other thing I've got planned for this week is creating some new videos, which are going to be a little bit different. They're going to be about self-publishing and book design. Probably not the number one interest of most people who watch these, but I do want to create some more educational content for authors, indie authors who want to learn a bit more about book design, about working with a book designer. And I've sort of realized that I've got quite a lot of expertise in this area, and other things that I could share, like how to get your book into bookshops, because I've worked in bookshops and there are some things that authors often do wrong, and small things that really jeopardize their chances of getting their books into a bookshop. So that's the kind of thing that I would like to put together and have sort of planned out and think I will film this week. Anyway, that is the plan for this week. We'll see how well I can stick to that, and I will catch up with you a bit later.
Hello folks, I've just wrapped up a video, a couple of videos actually. I filmed them about self-publishing and book design, sort of finding a book cover designer and creating a book cover design brief. I'm standing here in this awkward position because it means I'm actually in focus. I'll just show you these. So these are the dragon pins. This is how I've packaged them up, and it's not the most sort of super professional or neat, but it is recycling, or reusing more specifically. So these are bits of card that have come as packaging in different things, as well as bubble wrap. Because I could go out and buy a big roll of bubble wrap, but it doesn't really make sense for me to do that. Environmentally speaking, I've got stuff that I can use. So I'm doing that rather than looking super, super neat and tidy. And also these fit into envelopes nicely. So that's always a factor. Yeah, I'm kind of exhausted after filming those videos. That's what I like about these just vloggy ones, because they're a bit more chatty, and if I mess up, it's not the end of the world, and I can go blah, 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 blah if I want to. Not that that's entertaining or useful for you, but when I'm doing a more structured video, I am very conscious of keeping it within a certain time limit and all of that, and yeah, maybe I should do that for these vlogs as well, who knows. But anyway, I'm going to crack on with these orders very shortly, and I think I'll edit the videos this afternoon, and they should be going up before too long as well. Right, I'll check in with you later. I've just gone to edit this video and the audio isn't in sync. I'll show you what I mean. People do judge books by their covers, and we say not to, but that's how the world of publishing and marketing within publishing works. I'm not impressed. Not impressed at all. I got all the orders done. I'm so proud of myself. So I went to the post office to drop off the first lot, and also because I had run out of stamps. I had to buy another 2 boxes of stamps, which is fantastic. And yeah, this is full of orders here. Yeah, it's full of letters. I won't show you because I don't want to show you any addresses, obviously. And it's quite hot up here, so I've changed into a dog walking t-shirt and my face is all red. Sorry. But yeah, it's all a bit of a mess, so I've got to clean this up and then head off to take Lyra for a walk. And maybe that will wake me up a bit, because this afternoon / evening, yeah, and it's now 4:45, so this evening I need to read this manuscript that I have been putting off because somehow it seems like a luxury to be able to sit down and read a manuscript, and I haven't sort of given myself that, even though it's something I have to do, at least, you know, read a decent part of it in order to do this design. I don't know if I will get through all of it in detail. There might be some skim reading involved, but, you know, got to put those English literature major skills to work. Right, all right, we're gonna go for a walk, and oh, it's so bright out here. All right, I'll see you later. Good morning, friends. It is Thursday now. Yesterday I managed to work a full day at the office, which was not the plan. I was planning on coming home and doing some work here after that, but yeah, my hands were okay enough that I was able to keep working, and it was fine. That has put me a bit behind on other things, so I was going to start doing my sketches this morning, but I've got a heap of emails to sort out first that really do need to be the priority. I'm trying to sort out a bit more time batching, so doing certain tasks in the morning, certain tasks in the afternoon, and different things in the evening, according to how productive I am in those different times, which is an idea I heard about on a podcast recently. There was an interview with Daniel Pink, who is a kind of productivity guy, and yeah, this seemed like a really sensible idea that you have your peak time, then you have a slump, which is usually in the afternoon, and then in towards the end of the day you have that recovery, and that's potentially when you're the most creative. So I wanted to test out this theory and see if it works for me. But yes, it's got a little bit derailed today because I do need to do some emails in my peak period, which normally you would put in the slump, because it's admin work. It doesn't require a huge amount of analysis or anything like that, generally speaking, unless it's more complicated emails. But yeah, that's part of my plan to up my productivity, work smarter, not harder kind of thing. And yes, the rules around social media is something that I am going to work on today as well. I've got some ideas, need to do a bit of a brainstorm and see what I think I can fit into my life, because I'm thinking now that this issue I'm having with my hands and my neck might also be to do with the time I'm spending on my phone, checking Instagram and things. It's a thing called text neck. That's really hard to say, where you're looking down at your screen, and it puts quite a lot of pressure on your neck. And I do find that after I've used my phone, my hands are usually worse, or that they get incrementally worse as I'm using my phone throughout the day. So that's another thing, and seeing if I can switch more of the stuff I do on my phone to my laptop or iPad. Just a thought. Hello folks, it is Friday, and yesterday afternoon I had a bit of a sort out in my studio, and I found a whole bunch of originals, including all these Inktober bookmarks. I was sort of thinking these aren't doing much good just sitting there in a drawer, not doing anything. So I might put these up on my site and sell the originals, do a little flash sale of them.
because it would be kind of nice to free up that space and for these to actually be belonging to somebody who will appreciate them. Likewise, I have got a whole bunch of Inktober drawings from the previous year, so when I did the Ex Libris book plates, and I had put these up on my site as originals for sale before, but I only sold a few of them. So I've now retired these designs. I don't have any stickers or prints or anything available of these. So I thought now might be a nice time to put these up. Let me know down in the comments if you would be interested in any of these. Oh, it's the Badger. That's still one of my absolute favorites. The Badger book plate there. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is this thing that I have been talking about all week, which is making some rules around social media and the use of screens in my life to create a bit more work-life balance. And I'm curious to know if any of you have rules like this, whether you have to kind of police yourself when it comes to social media, or whether you think this is something you might benefit from, because I'd definitely be interested to hear if anyone else tries these out. So these are things that I think will fit into my life and are realistic enough for me to do. Apart from maybe this first one, which I'm calling No Post on Sundays, to tie in a little Harry Potter reference. But that's basically having Sundays off. So no Instagram post, no editing videos, no drawing stuff for clients or anything else. I could do other drawing stuff just for me, but it can't be anything that is specifically for Instagram or for a client or to go on my shop, anything like that. Okay, the second one is no screens in the bedroom. So this is to help with sleep, obviously. Screens generally are not great for good sleep quality. One exception to this being yoga videos on my iPad, just because I find that if my brain's really buzzing, it's quite useful to do a little yoga routine before bed. And I have been doing yoga every morning, first thing in the morning. So I need my iPad for that. But no reading on the iPad, no checking Instagram, none of that in that part of my life in general. That is work, and sleep is rest and life. So, okay, then we've got no screens for the first hour of the day or the last hour of the day. Again, with the exception of yoga, because I've been doing that first thing in the morning. But again, no checking Instagram, none of that happening. So I schedule my Instagram post to go up at about 6:15 in the morning, which is the best time apparently for my audience. You guys are not in New Zealand, so that makes a lot of sense, but it means I can't check it until an hour after I've got up, which would be about 7ish. Instagram at breakfast and lunch only, so having set times to check Instagram and do all the Instagram admin. Breakfast and lunch tend to be the times when I check it anyway. I've been getting better at doing this, I think. Not checking it during the day while I'm working. Even though it is work, it's still part of what I do for the business. I think it's really important to have set times for that, so I'm not getting constantly distracted by the wiles of social media. So 4 simple rules. Very straightforward. So we'll see how well that goes. Some of them I have been trying to integrate into my life already, but do let me know if you are going to try any of these, or if you do them already and what success you've had, because this is a bit of an experiment. It's going to be a case of seeing what actually fits into my life and what's if any of it disrupts my business, and if I see a drop in Instagram engagement or anything like that, obviously I'm going to have to revisit this, but I think this should be good. All right, so that was my week. I hope you have enjoyed this and got something out of it. Let me know what you think about the whole originals thing and what you think about the list that I've just shared. Subscribe if you are not. I mean, if you've got this far through the video, I imagine you probably like my content enough to see more of it, so you could do that. I'm posting weekly vlogs now of my sort of day-to-day life as an illustrator / book designer, and yeah, I've got some other videos planned around the idea of self-publishing and book design. So I will love you and leave you, and see you in the next one.
Bye.